Hopefully you mastered the home loan problems. If you have the home loan problems down, then there isn't really going to be anything different with the auto loans. In fact, they're going to be quite a bit easier because I'm not going to do the part about how much you can qualify for, because that I can't find any universal standards on. The 28% and the 36%, the home loan kind of benchmarks, those numbers are just, they're out there and easy to find. So we'll do a little lighter version on car loans. Most everybody at some point gets a car loan. If you bring your calculator into the dealership and you want to compute your car loan, your monthly payment, because our calculators do monthly payments so nicely, the dealer might come back with a monthly payment that's $1 or $2 or 50 cents or $4 different than your monthly payment. This is because when our calculator computes a monthly payment, it assumes that the payment that you're making is going to be 1 month from the day that you take your loan. So if I walked into the auto dealership today, which is the 12th of a month, the 12th of February, it's probably not going to be the case that my first payment is due March 12th. It's probably going to be the case that my payment's due on April 1st, that I won't have a March 1st payment. They're not going to make me do a March 12th payment. And the fact that my first payment is a little bit longer than a month from the day that I take the loan, that makes their payment slightly different than ours. But it's fine. It doesn't. We don't need to be that exact. It's more than exact enough. So, beautiful thing about car loans is they work just like home loans. So, first thing I want to do here is problem 9, work with Alyssa and find her monthly payment. To do a monthly payment, I need to know an N, a PV, an N and I, a PV, a PMT, an FV, a PY, and a CY. The N is the number of payments. Alyssa's doing a 5-year loan, which is 60 payments. So I gave you the N. I don't have to multiply there. If I said 5 years, you did 5 times 12. Her interest rate is 6%. Her present value is her loan amount, which is 12 grand. I'm going to solve for the payment. I want to owe 0 in the future. I'm making 12 payments per year, and the interest is being paid each month. So when I do this, apps, finance, enter, N for 60, I for 6, PV for 12,000, and the bottom part's okay, the 0, 12, and 12. I hit my green alpha button and enter, and it tells me that her payment is $231.99. So the answer to part A of number 9 is her payment is $231.99. Part B wants me to do a balance after 2 years. I start off multiplying 2 by 12 to get that she made 24 payments. To find her balance after 2 years, I need to do BAL 24 on my calculator. Just computed her payment. I hit second and quit. Apps, go back to finance, go down to BAL, hit enter, type in 24, so I see balance 24, and hit enter. And so after 2 years, her balance is $7,625. I'm going to round that to 87 cents. So 2 clean computations. The third computation says, let us assume she makes her payment for 2 years, and then she adds $100 to her payments. How long will it take? So for that part C, I'm solving for how long, so I'm going to solve for the N, and it's going to be in months. I might want to divide by 12 to get that to years. Her interest rate is still the 6% interest rate. PV is the amount of the loan when you start making the higher payment. I'm assuming she made all her payments for 2 years and now owes, instead of $12,000, $7,625.87. She's adding $100 to her $231 payment. Payment needs to go in as a negative because it's money I'm paying. So I'm going to put negative $100 more than the payment, negative $331.99 in to my calculator. Future value is going to be 0. PY and CY are both going to be 12. If I do those and solve for N, that'll give me how many more months it'll take to pay off. She has 2 years in on a 5-year loan, so she had 3 years left. So apps, finance, TVM solver, 6 for the interest rate, 7625.A7 for the PV, negative on the bottom row of the calculator, 331.99 for the future value, 0, 12, and 12. Go up to N, hit the green alpha button, and then enter, and it says she has 24.46 payments, or 24.5 more payments. So the N is going to be 24.5 payments. And that's in month, and that makes sense. To me, that's 2 years. You can divide it by 12. Do this 24.5 and divide by 12. And it's like 2.04 years. It's going to take 2 full years and then 1 partial payment. Your last payment won't be a full payment. 10's exactly the same question as 9. So if you get 9 down, you should be able to do 10. First thing I want to do is a monthly payment, different car, higher interest rate because maybe her credit's not as good. It's a 7-year loan. That's 84 payments. To compute a monthly payment, I need the number of payments, N. In this case, it's 7 years or 84 payments. I need the loan amount, and I need the I, which is 9%, which is a high interest rate, I guess, in today's dollars. I need the loan amount in the PV, which is $18,000. I need the payment. I'm going to solve for that. The future value, she wants those 0 after that time. She's making 12 payments per year. Interest is paid every month. If I do those computations, I'll get her monthly payment. So I go to my apps, enter in the TVM solver, 84 for the N, 9 for the I, 18,000 for the PV. The bottom 0, 12, and 12 stay the same. Go to payment, hit alpha, and enter. I get $289.60 for her monthly payment. Part B, her balance after 3 years. Her balance after 3 years can't be balance 3. It's going to be balance 36, and I get the 36 by taking 3 years times 12 payments per year. That's going to be 36 payments. So I second, quit, apps, finance, go down to balance, type in the number 36, and I get after 3 years or 36 payments, her balance is $11,637. I'm going to round that to 65 cents. Last thing, she makes her payments for 3 years. How much quicker is it going to pay off? This is a 7-year loan. She wants to get it paid off quicker. For part C, I'm going to solve for N. This interest rate, her interest rate is still 9%. The PV is the amount that she owes when she starts making the higher payment, which is $11,637.65. The payment has to be negative, and it's going to be $200 more than her $289, so it's going to be $489.60. I took the $289.60 and added $200. And payment needs to go in as a negative, so it's negative $489.60. Future value has to be 0. She's making 12 payments per year, and interest is paid every month. So if I do that string of computations, it'll give me the number of months. I could divide that by 12 to get years if I want. So apps, finance, TVM solver, the PV changes to 11,637.65. The payment changes to negative 49.60. The bottom parts are the same. Work my way up to N, get it flashing. Hit my green alpha button and hit enter, and I get 26.3 months. So that's just like 2 years and 2 months. So if I want to, I could just say it's 26.3 payments or months. If I divide that by 12, I'm going to get 2 point something. So if I did second quit, 26.3 divided by 12, I get 2.19 years. That seems odd to me. The month seems to make more sense. So just a little 2 years and 2 months, basically. That's the first auto loan page. Second auto loan only has one more problem, so this should go quickly. Computing a monthly payment for Beth. Beth's borrowing $24,000, 6 years. So when I do Beth's monthly payment, the N is the number of payments. It's 6 years times 12 payments per year. It's going to be 72 for her N. The I, her interest rate, is going to be 6%. PV is her loan amount, which is $24,000. Payment is what I'm solving for. Future value, she wants to owe 0 in the future. She's making 12 payments per year. Interest is paid every month. That computation will get her loan payment. So N, 6 times 12, which is 72. I, 6, PV, 24,000. Bottom part, the 0, 12, and 12 are okay. I go to the PMT, hit my alpha button, and hit enter, and I get $397.75. So for part A of number 11, $397.75 is best payment. Not asked for a balance, I'm asked how much interest she's going to pay. The interest she's going to pay is her total payments less the loan amount. So the total interest equals to total payments less the loan amount. The loan amount's $24,000. The total interest is her payment, $397.75, times the number of payments of 72. So if I take second quit, $397.75, multiply it by 72, she's making $28,638 in total payments. But $24,000 of that went to pay off the loan. The difference between her total payments and the loan amount is the interest. So interest on cars is way, way less than interest on home loans because the time is so short and the amounts are so much smaller, relatively speaking. So that, if you already did all the homework problems for the home loan, that should set you up to do the car loan computations, which are problems 9, 10, and 11. And if you notice the problems, they're the same words, just different numbers. So if you got the answers for the 3 problems that I just did, then the answers to the questions that I pose for the car loans and the homework should work well.